Breaking news straight from Chase Center. The Golden State Warriors franchise is riding a true roller coaster at this crucial moment of the season. As the team battles through the playoffs, the NBA's backstage is heating up with exclusive information about a potential blockbuster trade that could completely reshape the league's landscape. The Warriors' situation has reached a critical point. In the series against the Houston Rockets, the team suffered a devastating blow. Jimmy Butler, a key piece in Steve Kerr's system, was diagnosed with a partial tear of the medial collateral ligament after a violent collision with Durant during an aerial battle in the third quarter of Game 4. The image of Butler leaving the court assisted by the medical staff sent shockwaves throughout the Bay Area. Early evaluations suggest he could be sidelined for up to 6 weeks, effectively ending his participation in this year's playoffs. With the series tied 2-2 and heading back to Memphis, the Warriors are facing their biggest challenge of the season. Cameras caught Stephen Curry's frustration in the locker room after the game, a rare moment of vulnerability for the superstar who recently turned 37. "We have to find a way. We always do," Curry said at the post-game press conference, but the tension on his face spoke louder than his words. The Warriors' medical department released the full report on Butler's condition earlier this morning. In addition to the partial ligament tear, MRI scans revealed a small avulsion fracture, further complicating the situation. "We're exploring all treatment options. Jimmy is a Warrior and wants to return as soon as possible, but we have to be cautious," said Dr. Rick Celebrini, the franchise's director of sports medicine. Butler's injury is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Warriors' physical struggles this postseason. Draymond Green has been playing through chronic back pain, limiting his defensive mobility. Jonathan Kuminga, who had taken on larger responsibilities this season, is in concussion protocol after a head-to-head collision with Desmond Bane in Game 4. Given all this, Steve Kerr's rotation is severely compromised. Moses Moody, who had flashes of brilliance during the regular season, will now have to take on crucial minutes. The recent addition of Buddy Hield at the trade deadline might prove to be far more important than initially expected, as his three-point shooting becomes vital to creating spacing on offense. To understand the bombshell that's about to drop, we need to turn back the clock. In 2016, the Golden State Warriors made one of the most impactful signings in NBA history by bringing in Kevin Durant. The pairing of Curry and Durant produced 3 consecutive finals appearances and 2 championships, establishing a dynasty that was only derailed by injuries and KD's eventual departure. That team revolutionized basketball with its fluid style, long-range shooting, and versatile defense. When Durant announced his move to the Brooklyn Nets in 2019, many believed that chapter was permanently closed. After his stint with the Nets, Durant found a new home with the Phoenix Suns, forming a star-studded trio alongside Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Expectations were high, but the results have fallen short. After an early playoff exit last season and struggling for consistency this year, the Suns are facing a harsh reality. The Big Three experiment is not working as planned. And now comes the news that will leave basketball fans stunned. According to exclusive sources close to the Warriors' front office, Mike Dunleavy Jr. has been engaged in serious discussions with the Suns' management regarding Kevin Durant's availability. Yes, you heard that right. Kevin Durant's return to the Warriors is being seriously discussed at the highest levels. The timing couldn't be more significant. With Curry's competitive window narrowing and Butler's injury jeopardizing this season's playoff run, the Warriors' front office is willing to make a bold move. Initial negotiations reportedly included a substantial offer: Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, 2 promising young players, and multiple unprotected first-round picks in upcoming drafts. However, the Suns are said to have countered by also demanding Jonathan Kuminga. At this point, the Warriors are carefully weighing how far they can go without completely mortgaging their future. Durant's age, 35, is a key factor, but the chance to reunite a historically dominant duo is almost too tempting to pass up. Behind the scenes at Chase Center, rumors about these talks have already begun circulating among the players. According to Chris Haynes, Draymond Green was consulted about the possibility and showed enthusiasm about reuniting the championship core. Stephen Curry, usually discreet when it comes to front office matters, reportedly gave subtle signs of approval during a private conversation with team owner Joe Lacob. Stephen understands that his window isn't infinite. The chance to add a talent like Durant is something he would embrace, revealed a source close to the player. The most intriguing part is that since Durant's departure, he and Curry have maintained a cordial relationship. They were seen chatting amicably at league events and during the 2024 Olympics, where both represented Team USA. The tension that reportedly contributed to their split seems to have dissipated with time and maturity. Steve Kerr, in a recent interview on the Low Post podcast when hypothetically asked about coaching Durant again, said, "Kevin is one of the most talented players I've ever seen. Our system is designed to maximize smart shooters and finishers, and few in history combine those qualities like he does." What would Durant's return mean for the Warriors' system? First, the offensive versatility would skyrocket. With Curry drawing double teams beyond the three-point line, Durant would have plenty of space to exploit the mid-range, where he is shooting an impressive 54.7% this season. Defensively, Durant's height and wingspan would bring back elements the Warriors lost with Thompson's departure and Butler's injury. KD has developed into an effective rim protector over the years, averaging 1.2 blocks per game this season with the Suns. Advanced stats suggest a synergy that goes beyond the obvious. During their years together, the Warriors' offensive efficiency, with Curry and Durant on the floor simultaneously, was 118, 3 points per 100 possessions, leading the league by a wide margin. The projected rotation would look something like this: PG, Stephen Curry; SG, Buddy Hield; SF, Kevin Durant; PF, Draymond Green; C, Trace Jackson Davis. With Gary Payton II, Chris Paul, and Brandon Podziemski coming off the bench, forming an experienced and versatile second unit. The potential addition of a veteran free agent, like the recently waived Kyle Anderson, could complete a high-level playoff rotation. Of course, there are significant complications. Durant's salary, which exceeds $47 million per season, poses a major challenge to the Warriors' already tight salary cap, strained by the max contracts of Curry and Green. There's also the issue of draft capital. With this trade, the Warriors would be significantly mortgaging their future rebuilding ability. It would be an all-in gamble on the final window of Curry's prime as an elite player. From the Suns' side, trading Durant would essentially be an admission of failure for the current project. Owner Matt Ishbia, known for his ambition and determination, would have to swallow his pride and accept a rebuilding phase. However, the opportunity to acquire multiple first-round picks and young talent would be enticing enough. Durant's relationship with Warriors fans is another sensitive factor. Many fans felt betrayed by his departure, but the prospect of another championship ring would likely ease any lingering resentment. The ideal timing for such a trade would be immediately after the end of the playoffs. With the NBA draft approaching, the Warriors could finalize the deal before making their selections, giving the Suns a chance to start shaping their future right away. Sources indicate that discussions are already advanced enough that specific trade details are being debated. Whether or not Kuminga would be included remains the biggest sticking point in negotiations, with the Warriors reluctant to part with a young player who has shown flashes of star potential. Now, an exclusive update. Durant's agent, Rich Kleiman, has reportedly requested a meeting with the Suns front office next week. The specific agenda of the meeting hasn't been officially disclosed, but sources close to the situation suggest that Durant may be dissatisfied with the current direction of the franchise and open to exploring options. The impact of a potential Durant trade would be felt across the entire NBA. Executives from other teams are closely monitoring developments, knowing that a Warriors team with Durant back in the lineup would drastically shift the balance of power in the Western Conference. When recently asked hypothetically about a Durant return to the Warriors during an interview, LeBron James commented, "It would be special to see that partnership again. They created something unique when they were together, and I think basketball as a whole would benefit from seeing great talents collaborating at a high level." Analysts like Zach Lowe and Brian Windhorst have already started discussing the possibility on their platforms. "It's the kind of move that redefines an era," Windhorst said on ESPN. "The Warriors with Durant again would instantly be considered favorites, even with the rise of young and talented teams like the Timberwolves and Thunder." So, what do you think about this bombshell? Kevin Durant returning to the Warriors would be the biggest NBA news since, well, since Kevin Durant first joined the Warriors. Let us know your opinion in the comments. Do you believe this trade will happen? Should the Warriors include Kuminga in the deal? Don't forget to hit the like button, share with other basketball fans, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for all the latest updates on this story that's set to shake up the NBA market. In the coming weeks, we'll bring you detailed breakdowns of the financial implications of this potential trade, along with exclusive interviews with insiders who have been closely following the developments. This is Golden State Hoops Channel, bringing you the hottest news from the Warriors universe. See you in the next video.